Good morning, students. Today we are going to talk about the special methods of plant reproduction. It is the chapter number 4 and the last chapter of this unit. Let's start. Introduction. Generally, reproduction in angiosperm plant is completed through vegetative or sexual method. But sometimes plants developed without fertilization, and these methods are known as special methods of plant reproduction. It means besides sexual methods, some special methods of plant reproduction are present in angiosperm plants. First, apomixis. Second, agamospermy. Third, micropropagation. And fourth, vegetative propagation. Firstly, we will talk about the apomixis. What is the apomixis? According to Hans Winkler, scientist, in 1908, substitution of sexual reproduction by a form of reproduction which does not involve meiosis division and syngamy is called apomixis. Syngamy means true fertilization, mixing of both male and female gamete. But in this type of reproduction, both meiosis and syngamy does not involve. In other words, a type of sexual reproduction in which meiosis division and syngamy does not occur called as apomixis. Note: vegetative propagation and agamospermy. Agamospermy means formation of embryo through reproductive process but without formation of gametes and the act of fertilization. This is called agamospermy. A means absent, gamo means gamete. Gametes are not formed in this. So, vegetative propagation and agamospermy are also included under the category of apomixis. Now, types of apomixis. There are two types of apomixis. First, sporophytic apomixis and second, gametophytic apomixis. First type, sporophytic apomixis. This is also called adventive embryony. And in this type of apomixis, embryo is formed from nucellus or integument or any diploid cell of ovule. Nucellus is the group of parenchyma tissue of ovule which is always in diploid condition. Integument is the covering of ovule and arene diploid cell of ovule. When embryo is formed, then this type of reproductive division is known as sporophytic apomixis. Now, second type of apomixis is gametophytic apomixis. In this type of apomixis, embryo developed from any haploid cell of embryo sac. Embryo sac is a 7-celled and 8-nucleated structure present in ovule. Formation of embryo sac by archaeosporous cell of nucellus. In embryo sac, synergid cells, antipodal cells, and egg cell are in haploid condition. So, when embryo is developed from any haploid cell like synergid, egg cell, and antipodal cell of embryo sac, then this type of reproduction is known as gametophytic apomixis. And it is of two types. First, parthenogenesis, and second, apogamy. First type of gametophytic apomixis is parthenogenesis. When embryo develops from unfertilized egg cell, then this process is known as parthenogenesis. It means egg cell convert into embryo without fertilization, then this process is known as parthenogenesis. It occurs mostly in citrus plants, lemon, orange. Second type, apogamy. When embryo develop from any other haploid cell of embryo sac, then this process is called apogamy, such as synergid cells, Note: Professor Panchanan Maheshwari in 1950 divides apomixis in following type. First, non-recurrent apomixis. Second, recurrent apomixis. Third, adventive embryony. And fourth type, vegetative apomixis. Firstly, we will talk about the non-recurrent apomixis. Non-recurrent apomixis is where an embryo arises directly from a normal egg cell without the process of fertilization. Egg cell is haploid and hence the resulting embryo is also haploid. So, non-recurrent apomixis is also called as haploid parthenogenesis. The process was first of all studied by Jorgensen scientist in 1928. If embryo develops from any other cell of female gametophyte other than egg cell, it is called haploid apogamy or androgamy. These type of apomixis are rare and are of genetic interest. And this type of apomixis is found in Datura plant and maize plant. This process was first of all studied by Jorgensen scientist in 1928. If embryo develops from any other cell of female gametophyte other than egg cell, then it is called haploid apogamy or androgamy. This type of apomixis are rare and are of genetic study interest. Now, second type, recurrent apomixis. This apomixis is also called gametophytic apomixis, as meiosis division is not completed. So, in this apomixis, female gametophyte, it means developing embryo-sac 7-celled and 8-nucleated condition of ovule, has chromosome number diploid due to incompletion of meiosis division, age of mother plant. It is also two types. First, generative apospory and second type, somatic apospory. Now, we will talk about the generative apospory. In this type of apomixis, embryo sac develops from diploid cell of Archaeosporium and diploid cell of embryo sac forms diploid embryo. Okay. Second type, somatic apospory or somatic apospory. In this type of apospory, embryo sac develop from diploid cell of Nucellus and integument cell, and this type of diploid embryo sac forms diploid embryo. It is the important question from exam point of view. Now, third type, adventive embryony. In this process of embryo development, embryo develops from any diploid cell of ovule other than embryo sac. For example, nucellus or integumentary cells. Then this process is known as adventive embryony. In addition to adventive embryony process, regular embryo within the embryo sac may also develop simultaneously, resulting into polyembryonic condition. It means more than one embryo in a seed. For example, lemon, mango, opuntia. In lemon, more than one embryo are present. Now, fourth type, vegetative apomixis. In this process, embryo develop from vegetative buds such as bulbils and propagules instead of flowers in the inflorescence. It means in some plants like allium, agave, and some grasses species, vegetative buds, bulbils, and propagules. Propagules are those part of plant which develop into a newly plant by vegetative propagation are produced instead of flowers in the inflorescence, and they germinate while on the plant itself, and they can be reproduced without difficulty. So this type of apomixis is known as vegetative apomixis. Now, significance or importance of apomixis in plants. First importance is that plant obtained through this process are exactly similar to mother plant because there is no meiosis division, so variations are not found in these plants. So it is an effective tool to produce clones. Due to mitosis division, progeny are similar to their parents. Second importance of apomixis is that apomixis results in rapid multiplication of genetically similar individuals without risk of segregation. Segregation means separation of genes are not occurs due to absence of meiosis division. So individuals are genetically similar to their parents. It means by this method we can produce the genetically similar copies of plant species. Third, hybrid vigor or heterosis can be maintained permanently in crop plants. What is hybrid vigor? Hybrid vigor is the improved activity and survival of hybrid offsprings. It means increase in the level of production traits or genes due to outbreeding or crossing. This is called hybrid vigor. In genetics, it is also known as heterosis. So, hybrid vigor is the beneficial in crop plants because in this progeny are more survival, have more variety, have more quality compared to their parents. Example of heterosis in genetics like codominance, it occurs in far related species or different species crossing. Next importance, there can be efficient exploitation of maternal effect from generation to generation. Maternal effect means effect of mother plant survive in more generation due to absence of meiosis division, so there is no separation of genes. Next, apomixis method is useful to produce hybrid seeds because it prevents loss of specific features in them. Now, agamospermy. A means absent, gamo means gametes. This is the phenomena of formation of embryo through reproductive process without the formation of gametes and acts of fertilization. In this process, the reproductive unit is seed only, but this seed is not formed through normal sexual reproduction. When seed is formed from any diploid cell or by any abnormal cell of embryo sac without fertilization, then it is called agamospermy. Next method, micropropagation. Micropropagation is the technique of rapidly multiplying stalk plant material to produce a large number of progeny plants using modern plant tissue culture technique. Tissue culture technique is used in biotechnology for produce many plantlets by a good variety plant in laboratory. We will study this technique in details in other units because micropropagation is used to multiply plants which have been genetically modified or bred through conventional plant breeding methods. So, it is also used to produce sufficient number of plantlets for planting from a stock plant which does not produce seed or does not respond well to vegetative reproduction. It means micropropagation technique तब यूज की जाती है जब कोई प्लांट स्पीसीज सीड प्रोड्यूस नहीं कर सकती या फिर उस प्लांट स्पीसीज का अपन वेजिटेटिव प्रोपगेशन के थ्रू भी रिप्रोडक्शन करके कॉपीज नहीं बना सकते, तब लेबोरेटरी में उस प्लांट स्पीसीज के थ्रू उसका कोई भी एक पार्ट लेके लीफ, रूट, स्टेम कल्चर करवा के न्यू प्लांटलेट्स रेडी करते हैं और फिर वो प्लांटलेट्स फील्ड में ग्रो करवा के नए प्लांट्स प्रोड्यूस किए जाते हैं. For example, we take explant such as stem tip, anthers, petals, pollen grains, leaf, and other plant tissue is grown on culture medium under sterilized and controlled conditions. These cells and tissue produce callus or plantlets in vitro condition. Callus means an organized mass of cells. For this method, we cut the small section of leaf or stem tip part. After cutting of section, we sterilized the explant part by water and chemicals. After this, we ready a culture media in petri dish or beaker. Culture media is the composition of nutrients and hormones for explant growth division. After a few weeks, there is formation of an organized mass of cells which is called as callus or plantlets. So, this technique is organized in vitro condition or laboratory medium. Differentiation of cells and development of root leads to development of plantlets due to auxin and cytokinin hormones. Auxin and cytokinin hormones are growth hormone for plant growth. So, in the final steps of plant micropropagation, the plantlets are removed from the culture media or petri dish and transferred to soil or potting compost for continued growth by conventional method. So, this method of plant reproduction is called as micropropagation. Now, advantage of micropropagation. First, micropropagation can be used to produce disease-free plants. Second advantage, production of many plants that are clones of each other in laboratories. Third advantage, micropropagation has an extraordinary high reproductive rate due to adding of hormones and nutrients, producing thousands of propagules. Root stem. Only viable method of regenerating genetically modified cells, GMC. By this technique, a greater number of plants can be produced per square meter and the propagules can be stored longer and in smaller area. For example, in orchids, chrysanthemum plants. Last type, vegetative propagation. In this, regeneration of plants occurs from vegetative part of plant like root, stem, leaf and not from seed. We already studied about this method in first chapter. Last topic of this chapter, that is polyembryony. Poly means many, embryo means embryo. Many embryos are formed in a single seed. It means development of more than one embryo in a seed, then it is called polyembryony. Polyembryony is found in both plants and animals. It was discovered by firstly Leeuwenhoek in citrus plant like orange, and development of more than one embryo from ovule, seed or fertilized ovum is called polyembryony. It is common features in gymnosperm plant. It means polyembryonic condition is found generally in gymnosperm plant, whereas it is found only in few genera of angiosperm plants. It means polyembryony is the characters of gymnosperm plant, such as lemon, blackberry, tobacco, cratoteria plant. Now, types of polyembryony. Polyembryony classified into two types: true polyembryony and second false polyembryony. In true polyembryony, development of more than one embryo in embryo sac, then this type of polyembryony is called true polyembryony. In false polyembryony, when development of more than one embryo by nucleus and integument cell, then this type of polyembryony is called false polyembryony because embryos are not formed by embryonic cells. Now, causes of polyembryony in angiosperm plants. Following reasons of polyembryony in angiosperm plants are: first, cleavage of proembryo or two cell stage of embryo. Second reason, development of any other cell of embryo sac along with the egg cell. Third, development of more than one embryo sac in the ovule. Fourth reason, overactivity of sporophytic cells of ovules. So, polyembryony in plants is developed because of reasons stated above, and details of which can be understood each for following. Now, first reason, cleavage of proembryo. Proembryo is formed by the division of zygote cell after fertilization. In this type of polyembryony, there is cleavage of zygote or proembryo, which leads to development of more than one embryo. Generally, one zygote forms one embryo, but splitting of zygote, then instead of one embryo, there is two embryos are formed. For example, in orchid and eulophia. In orchid and eulophia plant, there are three types of cleavage polyembryony. First, due to abnormal division in zygote. Second, formation of bud or outer growth from proembryo and leads to formation of many embryo. So, additional embryos are formed with the main embryo and they count with polyembryonic condition. Third, proembryo branching occurs and embryo develop from each branch. It means at the time of development of embryo, zygote convert into two-cell stage, embryonal cell or basal cell. Further, embryonal cell divided by vertical division and form two-celled stage of embryo. This is called proembryo. So, polyembryony branching occurs in proembryo and embryo develop from each branch. This type of polyembryony is known as filamentous embryo. Now, second region of polyembryony is development of embryo from cells of embryo sac other than the egg cell. So, in this type of polyembryony, fertilized and unfertilized synergid cells develops into embryo, not in egg cell. For example, in Argemone mexicana, Satyanasi plant and Aristolochia plant. Third region of polyembryony is development of more than one embryo sac in the ovule. When in some angiosperm plants such as Casuarina montana, more than one embryo sac develops in ovule and each embryo sac after fertilization forms an embryo. Resultant polyembryonage occurs. In this way, more than one embryo can develop in one ovule. Fourth region, our activity of sporophytic cell of ovule, and this is also known as adventive polyembryony. Adventive polyembryony is formation of additional embryo from different plant of ovule such as nucellus, different part of ovule such as nucellus integument. For example, in Opuntia, lemon and onion. Now, significance or importance of polyembryony. Significance of polyembryony in horticulture. Horticulture means study of flowers, cell biology, genetics and plant breeding are as follows. These are branch of biology. First significance, adventive embryo developed from nucellus are exactly similar to mother plant body due to absence of meiosis division. Second, embryo developed from nucellus and developing plant is more survivability compared to their parents. Third significance, embryo developed from nucellus are disease free. It means by this method we can produce disease free plants. Fourth significance, this type of embryos are useful in cell biology. And last significance of polyembryony is these haploid embryos can be treated with colchicine. Colchicine is a chemical compound which break the spindle fibers at the anaphase stage due to doubling of number of chromosome to produce homozygosity. Which has its importance in plant breeding experiments. Now, this chapter has been completed.